greatest digital asset ever created. I'm so glad I accumulated before the space got saturated. XRP the greatest digital asset ever created. Make the haters aggravated, get the spaceship activated. XRP the greatest digital asset ever created. I'm so glad I accumulated before the space got saturated.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Holy shit! Woo! Guys, I don't normally curse, but y'all know what's going on. Whether you voted for Trump, whether you voted for Kamala, whoever you voted for, keep it to yourself. Man, the people were spoken, man. I hope you guys went out and voted. You know, it's a lot going on. Okay, it's a lot going on. I hope everybody's staying safe. So let's get right into the news. I'm not nothing about politics. We all about crypto. Where you're gonna get your latest daily space or news within the space of cryptocurrency, blockchain, DeFi. So when we get into the markets right after the election, Bitcoin has now hit its all-time high at $76,000, 244, right? And right now it's currently at 75,000. XRP is sitting at 54 cents. All-time high was $3.40. That was back in January 7th, 2018 is right here. 6 years ago is one of the last all-time highs. Crazy. But yeah, like, you guys gotta invest when it's in the green, and also these are still some dirt cheap prices. As you can see the difference on, you know, this is the percentage of price drop since its all-time high on a bigger scale, right? So if we just jump into the news, I have this guy's name is Steph. It's crypto. I'm going to listen to him just a little bit, but he's just saying XRP holders about to get rich overnight. Just listen to him really quick, and you let me know if you agree with him or not, especially if you're an XRP holder, or you feel like you're going to get rich overnight as well.
Elections have been major catalysts for XRP price surges, and in today's video I will show you exactly what to expect in the immediate short term as well as in the long term for the XRP price. If past elections are any indication, then XRP could literally be on the verge of a very big move, which might even start today. So if you hold any XRP, then watch this video until the end. All I ask is a like on this video, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on my next XRP update. And let's now get into it. So as you know, today is election day, and this is of course a significant event, not just for the US, but for markets globally, including crypto. And currently we're looking at a prediction model showing
Obviously this was
Trump
yesterday, guys,
of 61.1% over Harris at 39%. And historically, US elections have triggered massive surges in XRPs.
All right, I don't want to play too much or play too, you know, because it's a 7-minute video. But I'm just pausing at this chart. Basically, what he's saying from his analysis, that this election from all other elections has, you know, has been a bull run. Each one of these candles represent a month. So as you can see, you know, this is the election time. Every time frame, the price is always increased. And he has like the two. Some of you guys probably trade, some of you guys don't. But once it starts of that breakout, that's when it starts to surge. But let's jump more into this. You guys let me know if you think it's going to surge crazy. So now, obviously, President Trump is our president, and the first thing that he said he was going to do was fire Gary Gensler. So I found this on Twitter. I thought that was kind of funny. Like, so they gave him your fire paperwork soon as he got in. But I do want to touch on this because, you know, I do want to touch on this. Robert Kiyosaki, James Richards. I spoke about these two guys before, speaking about gold. You know, God's money, silver is God's money. He talks about, you know, saving is for losers, and you should, if you're going to actually save your money, quote unquote, you should purchase gold and silver, hold your purchasing power, that kind of stuff. So listen to them with the AI that's going on. Obviously, all this chat GDP and things like that. James Richards has a book that came out. It's called Money GPT. And he's not getting promoted or anything by me. I just think he has great books. But listen to what they're talking about really quick about the market crisis.
And by the way, I mean, and very few people know, in 1914, at the beginning of World War I, the New York Stock Exchange was closed for 5 months, from August through December 1914. And people used to take out little classified ads in the newspapers, like, meet me on New Street behind the stock market, bring your stock certificates and bring cash. And they call it the curve market because they were trading stocks for cash on the curve. But the point is, what people think of liquid listed equities suddenly turned into private equity. It's not that you don't own it, but you can't trade it. Well, that's what happens. Now, that dynamic of human nature has always been around. Go back to antiquity. That has been around. But what happens when you combine it with AI? And that's really the point of the book. So now, more and more, we've turned over our trading decisions to AI. And I tell people, you go to a typical financial advisor, they're sitting there behind a computer screen, and they say, oh, well, tell me how old you are, and are you married? Do you have any kids? And how much do you have in savings? And what are your retirement goals? And they ask you all this, and you think you're getting this customized consultation. All they do is plug it into an algorithm, and the computer spits out, here's your standard portfolio, 60-40, and 10 years from now it should be 80-20, et cetera. People don't realize that financial advisors are just looking at computer programs and giving you pretty much of a packaged response to your questions. So we have already had, and there are hedge funds out there that are using AI to pick stocks. Like, they don't even pick, the managers don't even pick the stocks. They just say, okay, use artificial intelligence and GPT to build a portfolio. Some of those portfolios have actually performed pretty well in the early days. But again, you get back to the question, what happens when everyone's doing it? So we as investors have handed over a lot of our decision-making, a lot of our investment decision-making to computers. Now, and the computers are programmed by people who are maybe expert engineers and developers, but they don't necessarily know that much about markets, not the way you and I and a lot of other people do. So now you get back to the panic, which always happens, every 6-7 years, almost like clockwork. And what does the computer say? It says, sell everything, go to cash, and go to the sidelines. It does, but where a human might watch that and say, things have gone down a lot. Maybe now's the time to dip my toe in the water. Maybe now's the time to come back. Maybe I'm a contrarian. Maybe I ought to be a buyer when everyone else is a seller. And you can make money doing that. But my point is, that's the common sense I was talking about. But the computers don't do that. They're all programmed to do exactly the same thing. Right. So now you have a panic, which could be 1,000 reasons. You don't even need to pick a reason. There are plenty of them. It starts. But because we've handed over to computers, the computers just sell, go to cash, go to the silent. There are no buyers. Nobody's dipping their toe in the water. Nobody's...
All right, so you guys take a look at that. It's a 33-minute video with Robert Kiyosaki and James Richards. So listen to his book. He's pretty much mentioning his book, which is called Money GPT, AI, and the Threat of the Global Economy. So, like I said, you can pre-order it. No one's promoting this for him or anything like that, but I'm going to pre-order it. I'm waiting for the book. He has great books that you guys can read. He talks about the economy. So just getting more into the presidency and the election and all that other stuff, but at the end of the day, you're making sure that you set your own bags up for your own family and build your wealth, not just your wealth and your money, but also your wealth physically, your wealth mentally as well. But listen to him. He invests in a lot of stocks. Has millions and millions of dollars, and I cannot remember his name off the top. Let me remember. Let me see. This is a podcast. Ross. All right, so listen to this really quick.
It's going to be one of the worst disasters in the history of this country. I believe it's going to make 1929 look like a day at the beach.
He's talking about this.
It's coming. It's
economy.
not going to happen before the election, because if it did, the Democrats would be run out of Washington. So I think the market is being
propped up
substantially It has no business where it is. And they won't let it go down, if you know what I'm saying. I don't believe it's a free and fair market anymore. It hasn't been for a long time.
Yeah, but you might be giving us a reason to vote Democrat. Because if they
No,
if they
because
prop
it doesn't matter
they
who
gotta
wins.
keep propping it up.
It doesn't matter who wins, Trump or Biden. This thing is going.
This was
down.
3 months ago when Joe Biden was in
Why?
the running,
They're
guys.
lame duck presidents. Neither one can be reelected, so they don't have any reason to exert that much energy, etc. It's time to try and get this nation right. You know, put us back on the right track. I think that this country is. You know, I just look at the polls. I read the I'm a news junkie. I don't think anybody feels the direction that we're headed is positive. That's just the impression that I'm getting.
Well, that's everybody's impression.
I feel
Because look at the freaking state of the world, bro.
Well, we're on the verge of war. We're at war. I mean, there's wars in the Middle East. There's wars in Russia. The Chinese are circling Taiwan. That's going to happen. Russia's got nuclear subs off Cuba.
What do you think is going to smash the stock market? All of that?
Well, I think just reality. A dose of reality is going to come in.
But what about intentionally? Meaning they're trying to get rid of the SWIFT system.
Well, I honestly believe that the world,
quantum.
the elites of the world have their own plan. And, you know, the amount of capital that's been concentrated in the hands of a few this is the greatest in history we've ever seen. Unprecedented wealth. Companies worth $3.3 trillion. Individuals with hundreds of billions of dollars. Okay, what happens when everything goes to shit this time?
And I'm gonna leave it right at that. What happens when everything goes to shit this time? So pretty much he's talking about, you know, how the market and the economy right now looks good, but eventually everything is going to become a disaster and show you where the prices really are, you know. But this was 3 months ago. I'll drop this link in the chat or in the description of the video so you guys can take a look at this yourselves. But also, I also want to just I've done this before on this particular podcast with this young lady. Her name is Rosie Rios, and some of you might not know what money, you know, comes from and all that stuff like that. So make sure you go check out one of my videos to talk about money. I have a lot of videos that talks about money and, you know, why we're working so hard for it. But you should know this, guys. You should know some of this stuff of what this dollar bill that you're working so hard for. You should know. So pretty much this is Rosie Rios. I'm bringing this up because some people may or may not know this. She is, well, let her tell you. let her tell you.
So the question is, it is my name on the lower left-hand side of U.S. money. So out of the approximately $2 trillion of U.S. currency in circulation worldwide, my name is approximately on 1.8 trillion. So I can honestly say that no one has made more money than I have. And I want to start by saying I am also on the board of Ripple, which is XRP, cryptocurrency. But I want to make something very, very clear. Blockchain is here to stay. The train has left the station. You're going to hear me quoted about that all the time. As far as I'm concerned, whether it's fractional real estate, whether it's art, whether it's NFTs, blockchain is not going away. So the question is, it is my name on the lower left-hand side.
If y'all need to rewind it, go back and rewind it. If you haven't had any reason of why to purchase XRP, Ripple the company, for no apparent reason, you just tired of hearing people, you know, you need it more. Because I got to set up for this. Because if you needed more reassurance than what I'm telling you right now from Rosie Rios, she said it out her own mouth. She is on the board of Ripple. The board. Her name is on $1.6 trillion of money. And when she says her name, and she's the only one who has made more money. No one has ever made more money than her, is what she's saying. This is the $100 bill for the U.S. And this is what we're working so hard for. We're sweating our backs. We can't even feed our kids, you know, all the time. We outside working. We can't even have dinner with the children. We can't talk to them every day, all day, because we're at work, working for this bill right here. Her name is Rosie Rios. And if you scan I can't go in anymore. I can't zoom in anymore. Her name is right here, Rosie Rios. Right here. Rosie Rios, Treasury of the United States. That's okay. I can zoom in a little bit more here. Treasurer of the United States. Her name is on the freaking bill. The $100 bill. I'm getting so excited and hyped because this is how people don't understand what they hold. Rosie Rios, look her up. Let me replay it again one more time.
Of US
Hold
money.
on. Let me play it one more time.
It is my name on the lower left-hand side of U.S. money.
The lower left-hand side of U.S. money.
Approximately $2 trillion of U.S. currency in circulation worldwide. My name is approximately on 1.8 trillion. So I can honestly say that no one has made more money than I have. And I want to start by saying I am also on the board of Ripple.
Boom. That's all I needed. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. Let's move on. Listen to my guy Zach. Pretty much he's saying like XRP, get ready now that Donald Trump is the president. Listen up.
The best is yet to come for XRP, folks. Check it out. This is what we did during the first Trump presidency. From pennies to over $3 per XRP, 30,000% returns. It was unheard of. XRP for a brief moment even took out the number 2 spot, Ethereum, and surpassed Bitcoin to become the number 1 coin for a very brief moment in time. Now, can we do it again? It's yet to be seen, but my odds are that we are not going to miss this bull run, and we're going to do something between, a 10x up to about $5, all the way to matching that 2017 fractal, which would stretch us out into the double digits. So very excited about this Trump presidency and how XRP is going to perform. We also got Brad Garlinghouse giving out the orders to Donald Trump. Check it out. Brad sending out the order, congratulating Donald Trump and saying it's time to fire Gary Gensler on day one, no delays. We have a very close connection between Ripple and the Trump White House. XRP set to perform. Full update dropping on my YouTube.
All right. Listen up real quick, and this is the last video I'm going to show you guys because I'm still hype off of Rosie Rios that I showed you back on my old videos from 2 years ago. This is how bullish I've been. This is he pretty much saying that XRP price has already been set by the IMF and that it's in the thousands of dollars. So, this 589 marker that everybody's like talking about is going to be even higher than that. So this is called the gold fixing and is decided by the LBMA. And I could really see XRP price set a long time ago by the IMF or BIS. So listen to what he has to say real quick.
We have to look at the debt. And central banks have an incentive to dissolve that debt right now. And they found a solution, which is blockchain. They actually are going to, in my opinion, based on the research, and also I can confirm this, that the International Monetary Fund has already agreed on a price before all this integration started to happen. So this was a few years ago. They agreed upon a price, and I got a lot of information from Linda P. Jones has a friend who worked at the Central Bank of Australia, and she said that they agreed upon a price, and it's in the thousands. Now, when we, again, talk about the XRP price, we have to look at the global debt, the incentive for central banks to dissolve global debt, in fact, also to utilize this source of liquidity from XRP to facilitate, transparency and moving into the digital economy. This is what they're going to be using. XRP is a financial instrument to serve the global economy. When we talk about the price of XRP,
listen, I don't really need his confirmation because I already got confirmation from Rosie Rios, but he just adds on an extra sauce, okay? Guys, I am not a financial advisor. I am just here to provide the news as much as I can. Alexa off. Provide the news, and you guys can take it or leave it. I hope that your families and your friends are prepared, and you guys have been accumulating any type of assets throughout the process of this, not only election, but also your time of being in the blockchain space, or while you wait, anything. Investing is very boring, but you got to have fun with it as you go. But guys, I'm out of here. Peace. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again next time. Peace.